Well, something has happened. Stop the Tires in 2020, which was supposed to shut the country down and show the elites who controls this country, has decided to cancel. They are not shutting the country down, and they are going to continue to roll the tires. They're saying timing is wrong. Now, I'm going to scroll down here and you can read. This is a statement from the guy that runs the actual Facebook page. And he says in this statement, there's a YouTube video, I'll have a link to that too, that basically the timing's not right. The time to do this, he had said, was before elections took place. Maybe they could have moved some people to voting for Trump. Which I thought was kind of weird to say, because I was thinking, so what does that mean? You shut down the country and you tell people to vote for Trump because of whatever, and you make people starve and you kind of force them to vote? I don't think that would go very good. He says he's not a leader and he didn't want to do this. Now, other things happened in this, which he touched on a little bit. And the guy that runs the YouTube channel was quite a small channel, so there was really nobody that jumped in with questions, and that's too bad. Because he had actually said that he had a girl on his team that was basically his right-hand person. And she handled a lot of things, from writing letters to really helping him a lot. Now, she had also created some TikTok accounts, some multimedia accounts, and somebody had come along and offered them money of some sort. Money was definitely the problem that ended up getting all this going. Now, when the money was offered, she had said to him, and they had this conversation, and apparently it got quite heated, that the money would help her pay for tires or whatnot, basically putting her in a better place in life. He said he never wanted to accept donations, he never wanted to take money, and he wanted access to those social media accounts she created. She gave him access to them. She gave him the passwords and everything. And when he went in, it looked like it was generating revenue, I guess. So he shut them all down, and then he actually booted her from the group. Him and his wife had a chat, and she was gone, even though she had done all this work. Now, I tend to believe there's two sides to every story, and the only side I'm hearing is his. I'm not hearing hers. And I'm sure if I went and dug deeper on the internet, I would find her side. But I didn't see a point to it, because I was thinking, well, you've closed this down. And it's sad, because there are many truck drivers that I'd seen in the group that had said they lost their job, but they're with him. These people that decided to stand with him, who knows how many truck drivers lost their job because companies fired them. And because he can't be a leader. Now, I'm really surprised that in his life of driving truck for so many years, because he's driven for quite a few years, that he hasn't realized, and this is my opinion, that everything takes money to work. And I don't care what it is, whether it's elections, whether it's you're repairing something, it all takes money. It doesn't run for free. When you got to put hours and hours and hours of time, like this right-hand person of his, it takes time and money. It's taking away from your family. It's taking away from your life. I mean, and if you're doing all this for free, well, it's going to burn out very quickly. It has to have a certain amount of income to remain stable. Now, he could have turned around and said, I'm going to be transparent, and this is what money's being used for. Hey, fine. But it sounds like he got scared. Again, my opinion. It doesn't look like he was taking the so-called stance. I mean, he went from 50,000 members to 75,000 members. But what I don't understand about this guy is that, okay, when the 3 days were done and Facebook went live and everything, he could have shut it down to private and says, oh, no, I don't want any part of this. But it ran for weeks and weeks. So that's not making any sense to me. Yeah, I'm judging him. I mean, when you take the power to stand up and be a leader and all these people decide to follow you, and then a week and a half or so before, and decide to drop out, when all these people have changed their livelihoods and lost jobs, and oh my God, they obviously bet on the wrong horse. If anything, this showed me, from the amount of people that were joining us and the amount of people that were saying, yes, my truck is shutting down, it shows you truck drivers are upset and they are not happy. And this goes way beyond Biden or Trump. Maybe it goes into wages. Maybe it goes into pushing them like slaves. Maybe it goes into not having bathrooms because of pandemic. Maybe it goes into having proper restaurants. I mean, but there is more to this, and he had a chance to be their voice. He could have got together with a group of people and arranged a group to help with it. So a lot of this, in my mind, is very confusing. Maybe he should just shut the group down and move on and not be the leader like he says he's not. Because I think he destroyed too many people's lives. That they're going to have to rebuild. It's bad enough we're in this pandemic and they're trying to find work. But these people that got fired standing behind him now have to scramble to find work for their families. It's really sad what's happened here. But one thing's for sure is Stop the Tires 2020 with that title even. I mean, why call Stop the Tires 2020 when 2020's only got a couple more months left? A lot of what he said is confusing. And like I said, the video will be there if you want to watch it. But it was really, really, really quite... In I think the first 13 minutes or so, they really couldn't get anything working properly there. They didn't have anything set up correctly or tested anything. So there's a lot of time wasted when you start watching a video. You kind of got to fast forward a bit until you get him talking. And I've also noticed in Facebook he disabled the comments down here. You see? So on the one hand, he's saying he wanted to be transparent. He didn't want donations. But then he's down here turning off the comments. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. It's just, being a computer programmer, I notice these details all the time, and they just scream at me. You know, I notice periods, commas, and stuff like that screaming. You know, like, for example, he said that girl was helping him constantly, but because she was trying to generate some revenue because of the amount of work she was doing, that was a bad thing. So, it looks like a friendship was lost over money. Which happens all the time. But one thing's for sure that we do know. Stop the Tires 2020 is not happening. They are not stopping the tires. And if you notice your grocery store doesn't have anything in it, then it's not because of the truck drivers, and it's not because of this guy. It's because of people hoarding and overbuying. But to me, it is sad that this man could not take the reins and push this to where it could have been. Jeremy really failed at doing this, and he seemed to cost a lot of people their lives as far as I'm concerned. Again, my opinion. But you don't go and start a movement and then 1 week before cancel it and say, okay, we're not doing it, guys. We're done. It just doesn't look right. All right. You be the judge. Information's in the bottom. Go watch the video yourself. But one thing's for sure, cancel Stop the Tires 2020 does not exist. They're not canceling. They're still moving. Catch you guys on the next one.